Hello, everybody. Both Master here. This is Season 1, Episode 7 of my German challenge with the Argentinian Twist. For those of you that stuck through this, thank you so much. We're almost done with the end of the season. I have a couple episodes left. This has definitely been one of the busier months that I've had. There were 6 games. I also had a couple international friendlies, which I'm not going to cover that. I'm actually going to be doing a series on just my international debuts and teams and players and stuff like that later. I don't think it'd be too many episodes yet, but I'll do that later. I don't want to mix that in with this series. As you may or may not know, I currently don't have a laptop or a computer, so to speak. So I have no way of actually uploading any of these videos to YouTube at the moment. So what I've done is I'm creating them on my Xbox and I'm doing voiceovers. And I think I'm doing a fairly good job with that in mind. It's kind of hard to record a video and then come back later and have to add my voice to what I was doing. Because I'll be honest, I mean, there's times when I'm like, okay, I'm done talking. Why won't this advance now? And it's been kind of an adventure. I have learned quite a bit on how to do this. I really do like the Upload Studio tool. It's been really, there's a lot of neat twist and transitions and splashes that I'm incorporating and learning. So, but for the most part, I really like how it's allowing me to edit these, and it's been kind of neat. So anyhow, for those of you that have stuck with me, once again, thank you. Anybody new, hopefully you'll enjoy the series, find it a little bit interesting, and you'll continue to watch because we are in first place right now. So I'm really enjoying this. I sim almost every game, except I do play one home game a month, but when I do it, I lock in as a goalkeeper, so I'm not really playing. My players just run amok and do what they want to do. But anyway, I thought I would talk about the news a bit. As you can see here, I just pointed out 2 of these here for my youngsters, Andorraget, and then it had the interactive feature on Sessanon. Granted, they're not my kids from the Youth Academy, but I didn't have enough Youth Academy people. I had to have some players. This game here, amazing game. I'm sitting there simming, and it was 0-0 going into the 89th minute, and boom, a goal popped up, and we won. So the last game of the month, I pulled a victory out, and I was really happy about that. For the month of March, which is what this episode covers, I did fairly well. One thing, I mean, a lot of people complain about FIFA or EA how they don't, they need to fix career mode and quit paying attention to the Ultimate Team, and they have added some new implementations here, so they are trying. The interactive feature and the transfer windows, it was really cool. It's boring now, and I wish there's a way we can just do it old school, but at the same time, I like the fact that I can go in there and negotiate. Granted, it gets a little tedious hitting the X button repeatedly, but hey, it is what it is. I mean, at least I know they are trying, and the news interactive features are really cool, and I do like that. And I check it every Monday. I will, new week, I will check it, or Sunday, I believe it is. But I check once a week just to see, and I love when my kids are featured. It just kind of makes me feel good because hey, I did pick up a good kid. Okay, this month I went 3 wins, 2 draws, and a loss. That one there, yeah, that's the loss. I didn't have any. I went from an international friendly to the 25th of March, so I had no control over that. And unfortunately, I don't even have a preview of it. That game there was the one I did the home game of the month, and I had the good highlights from that game. And this is the one that they pulled it out from the last minute. So anyhow, I really like how I've been doing my videos lately. I'm giving you a little bit of an introduction on how the month was going, and then I'm going to show you the highlights and the previews of the game. And I'm going to go ahead and jump straight into me coming back and talking a little bit about any transfers that happened, about the scouts, about any player updates. So I'm really kind of liking how I kind of split that up because, it made more sense to me to do that. So, but anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and stop this, and we're going to rush right into the highlights and the game preview. So hopefully you'll enjoy this episode with me. And like I said, we are in first place and 3 games ahead. So I have 6 games left. So I just have to take 3 of the next 6, and I'm champion, and I'm going to get the prize of this league, which I believe is about $1,300,000 to $1,500,000. So it's been a good show so far. So I'm hoping you're enjoying it like I am, and you guys have a good one, and I'll see you in a bit.
coming on strong and guiding it through. Real opening now. The shot's on. Oh, it's the Pope to take the lead. And they've scored. And they've opened the scoring here. Here's an opportunity. They've opened them up here. Oh, well saved.
All right, everybody. It looks like I do have two player updates for you. Two of my Youth Academy players. This kid here, I got that dreaded email that he wanted to leave the team, so I went ahead and promoted him. He's 16. Like I said, I like to keep him in there until they ask me to promote him, and ideally it'd be till their age of 18. However, it didn't work out for me. This kid, like I said, he's 16, and I didn't want to lose him. I don't really want to lose any of my players from the Youth Academy. But if you look at that, good lands. His skill moves are a 4, and his weak foot is already up to 5. He has decent stats, so he might turn out to be a pretty good player with me. I do have quite a few RMs, and unfortunately, I'm only going to keep 2 of them on my team, so I'm going to have to weed them out between once they get to the to the first team. I will have to weed a couple of them out because I'm not going to have 5 or 6 RMs on my team. Hopefully, they'll be able to play other positions, and right now, I do need a replacement for Barrington when he leaves. All right, Jay Green, if you remember, he was the kid that I signed last month. That was $275,000 is what he was worth, and I told you he's going to be pure profit because his overall potential really sucked. But hey, he did go up. He went up $75,000 in a month. So at this rate, I'm hoping that I can end up selling him beginning of next season and get room. Make room on my team and make a little bit of a profit because after all, that's why I signed him, was for pure profit. I'm not going to throw away $275,000 even if he doesn't improve at all. I mean, it's still a pretty good profit. And in this division, I'm going to need every penny that I can get. He didn't have very bad stats. I mean, he has a high work rate. And, I've done some testing on the work rates and whatnot. I mean, it varies, and I might have a episode on that one of these days and talk about the different work rates and whatnot. But he has a low defensive rate, but hey, he is a central attacking midfielder, and the way that I play, my attacking players hardly ever play D anyway, so it works out for me. All right, here's the month scouting updates. I'm going to see what Mr. Kaiser, he's been my best one, my New Zealand guy, and see what he come back with. I kept him on here for 2 months to see if he's going to go up in value, and why I like to get a profit on the players, he's just not worth it. I mean, he's 15. I'd have to hold a slot in my Youth Academy, which, he doesn't have high potential, so I'm just going to get rid of him. All right, alrighty, another one. Mr. Hugh Morgan. I tell you, I'm telling you, New Zealand is the place to be, evidently, for good, outstanding players. It's just been an amazing run for me. Yeah, there's Mr. DeVries with his contract situation. I bet you're happy to come to the first team, you little brat. Anyhow, Finland it's not looking good for this month either for Finland. And once again, maybe if I had a 5-star scout, I might find a player every 2 months. But I have found one really good one, and hopefully we'll be able to keep him and improve him greatly. All right, here is going to be my current Youth Academy. Once again, I just signed Hugh Morgan. He's a left winger, high potential. New Zealand guy. Man, the bulk of my Youth Academy pretty soon is going to be all New Zealand the way that I keep going. So but that's a good thing. And Lewis, love the name. His potential didn't drop, so that's a good thing. I'm loving it when their potential carries over. The only bad thing about FIFA that drives me nuts is how can their stats jump from month to month? It's just ridiculous. I understand the potential going up and down because it's trying to find the spot that it's going to end at, and I understand that. But I'm talking their regular stats. How can their speed go from a 94 in 1 month to a 67 the next month? I mean, that's just totally retarded. I mean, in real world, you have scouts that are going to not give you such a drastic change in the report from month to month. But anyhow, I'm just flashing down, letting you get a brief view of my youth academy like I've been doing. Mr. Cedric, he's 18 now, hasn't had any wish to get to the first team, and so that's good. I'm going to keep him here as long as I can, but he has increased in value for me. And he is a right winger, and I do need a really good right winger to replace Van Bergen, I'm sorry, when he gets of age. And Mr. Oliveira, what can I say? Last week I said his aggression was 94. You have to remember I'm voice over in here, and I have a little small screen to look at. And I do wear glasses, so sometimes it's very hard to see some of these numbers. I look at the dark green, and I just naturally think 94. But, you know, he has really good stats. But this is what I'm talking about. How can they jump around so much? His stand tackle's 94. Last episode it wasn't. It's just unbelievable amount that these change in such a drastic form. Mr. Daniel, you know, I don't keep every one of my players. The ones that I sign that have high potential, I am going to end up probably getting rid of some of these. And like I said, I only need 2 RMs. I don't need 6 RMs. So a lot of these players aren't going to make my final cut. I will put them in the first team for a year or so and try to get rid of some of them and make a profit. But the intention is every one of these kids is going to make the first team and get at least a year's playing time. So we'll see how well that goes. Once again, I am in first place. I have 3 games left, or 3 wins that I have to get in order to win the title. So I'm hoping I can do that. And once again, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next episode. Have a good day.